Hello and welcome to the Kilowatt Half Hour, a podcast about the world of EVs brought to you by the team at electrifying.com.
We've got something different for you today because we are here at the 2026 Beijing Auto Show. So we thought we'd show you what was going on because it's chaos here. Joining me and Vicky today is a special guest who I believe used to be both of our bosses. Vicky, is that right?
He was indeed. Welcome, Steve Fowler.
Was I a good boss?
Yeah, of course you were. Were we good employees?
I went first.
You were the best boss.
You were rubbish, you two. Oh, jeez.
So, thanks for letting us drag you away from the hustle and the bustle here.
It's a seat. It's great.
It's a seat, because
Exactly.
there aren't many.
Somewhere to sit down, right?
It is insane. Just to give you an idea just of the scale, this is the biggest motor show, I think, in the world at the moment. It's the biggest show that I've ever been to. 38,000 square feet. There's something like 180 cars being revealed here. Close to 1 million people will pass through the doors. Like everything that you kind of expect from China, it's on another scale, isn't it, Stu?
I think the Shanghai show is actually bigger because it's on different layers, but it's huge. But it's not, I don't think it covers the same distance as Frankfurt, which is a mile from one end to the other. But I think this is, in terms of square feet and numbers of people, and probably importance, it's the #1 show in the world.
Well, it's apparently bigger than Frankfurt, I have been reliably told.
Really?
Yes, it is. Apparently, it is 50 football pitches, and I feel like I've walked them all in these shoes.
Well, that's the international measurement of space, isn't it? Football pitches.
pitch,
And
of
height
course.
is double-decker buses.
Yeah.
Area is football pitches.
Naturally, and well done. Those shoes, I'm impressed.
They're really comfy. So there is a lot to see here. It's almost hard to start pinning it down, isn't it, into what has caught your eye. Shall I? You go on, Vic. Why don't you kick off? What's caught your eye? What do you need to tell
I'm
people
going to be a
about?
bit of a geek about this because I'm going to talk about a battery. So CATL has got a battery. It's semi-solid state. They've got like most EVs have got a liquid electrolyte, and that's the volatile bit that can cause thermal runaway. Now they've got a condensed gel in place of that, so it makes it much safer. And it means that you can get potentially over 900 miles of range in one charge, which I thought was really impressive.
You woke me up there when you started talking about over 900 miles
See?
of range.
Yeah. I mean, this is exciting stuff. But I mean, honestly, I know that all the glitzy show cars, there's really cool things. But that tech really did catch my eye. They've even got a mad aeroplane helicopter thing because it's really light battery, energy dense. So they're using it in aerospace stuff. Anyway, really cool,
Brilliant.
Really good battery tech. Liked that. I'm also going to shout out for Audi, which I found very interesting.
Which one?
Because,
Which one?
Exactly. I know it's a bit left field, but I really enjoyed walking around their stand because they've got, so Audi's the two brands now, right?
Yeah.
So it's really confusing. So they've got Audi with rings and Audi without rings.
4 rings and 4 letters.
Where it's just Audi the letters. But I was really intrigued by it. I actually, again, this might be a bit of a left field choice. Let us know in the comments what you prefer. I actually prefer the no rings Audi, just
Really?
the letters, which is perhaps maybe a bit more anonymous, I suppose. But when I was stood there looking at them, I actually think they look quite cool.
Bizarre as a brand, though, isn't it? I mean, brand
It's
is
really
all about
weird.
consistency. In same in whatever market you go to. Why would they have 2 different Audis?
Is it a bit like when supermarkets do their own brand, their own like white label brand? So it's like the cheap
It's
version.
like Audi value.
Yeah, like Audi value. So then you
Okay.
get like Tesco own brand. Yeah. So is that
one of them like the middle of Lidl? Is that the kind of like the middle of Lidl?
yeah. Bit
I
like
don't
that.
know. I mean,
Audi finest,
I am
perhaps.
very confused by the Audi brands at the
Yeah.
moment. I don't know what they're doing in Europe or in China, and I think most people are a bit confused. So I'm with you there. But I have to say, I was pretty impressed by the styling on it, and they just intrigued me where they're going with that brand, really, I suppose.
The whole brand thing is in China. They just get so confused. Think about Leap Motor.
Yeah.
You've got the T03, which is their smallest car. Then you've got the Bs. Then you've got the Cs, and there's going to be a new. It's just confusing. And Audi again, Hyundai talking about Ioniqs, but they're not numbers; they're letters. Or it's confusing.
Yeah, it's a lot for us to keep up with, particularly when we're jet lagged. Steve, what caught your eye?
I'm going to talk about a non-Chinese car, but one built in China, which is the Hyundai Ioniq V, which I just loved. It's all sharp edges. It reminded me of one of my favourite cars ever, the Lotus Esprit S1, you know, the James Bond
Yes.
one.
It is a
Just
bit
very,
Esprit-like.
very sort of low and sharp and really aerodynamic, which is what an EV needs to be. V stands for Venus, and they've also got the Hyundai Ioniq E, which stands for Earth. let's just hope they don't go for you, because we know where that's going. But it's a stunning car, and I spoke to Jose Nunez and Sang-Ip Lee, who's the designer, and I think it's going to come out of China and go into other markets, hopefully into Europe. But it's just a great looking car.
It looks beautiful. I mean, who doesn't love a wedgie? You know, it's a wedgie car, isn't it? It looks fabulous.
Yes.
It's just giving me all those kind of 70s vibes. It's a bit Lamborghini, I thought, as well.
Yeah,
And
I got Lamborghini
Yeah,
Countach.
definitely from it. But what I really liked about it was, what struck me through walking around here is there's a lot of things that look the same. There's an awful lot that looks the same. And for me, that was just, it's so different.
Yeah.
And this is what I love about Hyundai. And again, I was talking to Simon Lowsby, who is very senior within their design team. He was saying to me, look, we don't see this as just a car for China. We would like to bring it to other markets, and I really hope they do, because I think it's beautiful.
Well, I mean, I'll just say, you showed me the picture of that. I'd not even got around to see it. I thought it was a concept car. It's the production car. It's crazy, isn't it?
So what was great was they've got on the stand, they've got the production car, which is in this fabulous gold colour, as you've seen it, and then they've got the concept car, and you can stand in the middle of the two and literally go, really, there's hardly any difference. And I think I love it when car makers do that. I don't want to see a production car that looks nothing like the concept, because it makes me very sad.
They've got a white one, which genuinely I want to drive out of the sea, wind down the window and drop a fish out of. It looks that much like an Esprit, but they've got that branding thing. So it will always be called Ioniq V, but if we look at it, it's Roman numerals. It's a 5, isn't it? You've already got an Ioniq 5.
Yeah,
so
that
it's
is
just
confusing.
getting tied up in knots with brands. But I'm going to take you to another car maker with a bit of difference. Aion, A-I-O-N, however you pronounce it.
I don't know. Let us know in the
Aion.
comments below what you think.
Yeah,
Aion?
how'd you pronounce it? They've already got the V, and they showed me a car which is going to be a plug-in hybrid, which looks a little bit sort of Range Rover-ish. I mean, it's worked for Jaecoo, so why not? But there's also a car, we don't know what it would be called, S900 or S600 over here, I think it was. Had a bit of a whiff of the new Porsche Cayenne, which is not a bad place to be, but different.
Okay, but I think there's quite a lot of whiffs of other cars floating around out here.
But some of them just look still like jelly molds. There's the thin lights, and all the interiors are the same, with the same screen in the middle, little screen in front, couple of cup holders, couple of wireless chargers. We want difference. We like the Hyundai.
I really liked seeing the Freelander, and we'll have a video of it coming actually to the channel. We managed to film a walk around video of sorts with it. But the main reason being that the first launch I really went on back in 1997 was the Freelander. And it's just like, here we are. We're both back together in Beijing. Great. It's bloody massive.
Does it have a wind down window at the back in the boot like the original one?
It had a kind of weird blind thing at the back of it at the moment. So I enjoy seeing that. I think we're on Zeekr's stand at the moment. They're a brand with really big ambitions for the UK and for Europe. I mean, let's face it, which brand out here doesn't have big ambitions? So they're already in Europe. They are coming to the UK. And I've just seen the 7 GT, which is called the 007 out here, which of course they won't be able to call it that in Europe. I think that's a very, very beautiful car. I think it looks great. So that's been really nice to see that. And also just to get a sense of where they sit in this massive family that is Geely. So, I mean, we're in a huge hall here. And Geely basically, I mean, it's almost like must be a quarter of the show is part of the Geely umbrella, isn't it?
Yeah. I've driven some of the Zeekrs.
Yeah.
They drive really nicely. They're really premium. And again, this is going to cause problems for the likes of Audi, 4 rings or 4 letters, and BMW and Mercedes. These new premium brands, the Denzas as well, BYD got a massive space here. It's going to be really difficult for some of these premium brands who are going to have their lunch eaten for the first time.
Yes. And the thing is, we know there's a lot of interest in them. So if you haven't already, we've got first drives and walk arounds on a couple of Zeekrs on the site, on the YouTube channel. Wow, they get views and they get engagement, and we get the same when we write about Zeekr on the website.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interest in this brand, and I think exactly what you say, Steve. There's a few, European legacy brands that really do need to watch out.
Well, even the small cheap things. I saw the Amoda 4 as well, which looks really cute. The likes of Volkswagen and Skoda, they're going to find it difficult when these cars are so cheap and built really nicely with good warranties and all that sort of stuff. It's tough for the legacy car brands.
Can we talk about something that I'm so happy to see? Has anyone else seen the #2, the smart #2?
Oh, it's very cool, isn't it? I quite like it.
Nice to see another small car.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Properly
Yeah.
small.
And like you say, it's hardly any bigger than the car that was discontinued a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Which, in a world where we're just surrounded by cars getting bigger and bigger, I really liked it.
Can you still park it sideways
Yeah.
to in a normal space?
It's 2.8 meters long, I think, isn't it?
2.8 meters. So the wheel,
Yeah,
the
so I think you would be
wheelbase,
able
the
to.
wheelbase on that Freelander it is 3 meters.
Yes, it's 5.1 meters. I mean, if you're thinking about I can't get my head around that because we all think it's going to be a small car. It's bigger than a Kia EV9.
It's much
It's
bigger than the
huge.
Really?
Oh, it's much bigger. Yeah. So the Freelander wheelbase, it's literally 3
Sorry,
meters. 5.1. It's like way taller than me. I look like an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
And it's definitely it's Ioniq 9. It's Kia EV9 size.
People like
Not
their big
Yeah,
SUVs.
not a single Land Rover badge on it, of course. Not a single one. Nothing.
Oh, well, it's not a Land Rover.
It's not a Land Rover, but there is a lot of the team from Land Rover, like the CEO who's managing that joint venture, who have come out from Jaguar Land Rover in the UK.
But Freelander is its own brand, isn't it?
It is its own brand,
So-
and they're going to be producing smaller variants as well, so there'll be smaller, more affordable.
Who's going to sell it though? Is it going to be sold out of one of the Cherry Group dealers or JLR dealers? Those Jaguar dealers that are doing nothing at the moment.
I don't know is the honest answer to that at the moment, but we know that it's test drives are happening at the moment. So we're going to see it sort of in summertime. And we've been told it is coming to the UK. They're working on right-hand drive versions, so it'll be coming to the UK next year, 2027.
Just what we need, another huge SUV. Yeah, the Mayor of London will be delighted.
Is that actually the forthcoming Range Rover Electric is smaller than this?
Really?
That's how big it is.
When you say forthcoming, how
Well, yeah.
forthcoming? That car delayed. They'll probably say it's not been, but come on, we've been waiting ages for that car, haven't we?
But yeah, I thought the #2 was sweet. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great seeing massive Freelander and then baby #2, and
Yeah.
it's so cute and compact and characterful.
Love
So,
small cars.
I was a big fan too.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I really like it.
Yeah. So what have we all been driving recently? Anything interest that you've been driving, Steve? What you been doing?
Well, I've been driven rather than driving because
Okay.
I've been to Amsterdam, of all places, Amsterdam, to to be driven in a Tesla on full self-driving, open brackets, supervised, closed brackets, which was astonishing.
Okay. I think this before we start to ask you about this might be a really good point to just pick up on the comments that we had on last week's podcast, where the team kind of compared Tesla FSD to Ford's Blue Cruise, which it quite clearly isn't, and it was meant as a bit of a flippant comment, and you called us out on the comments in that podcast, and quite rightly so. And it was a bit of a flippant comment. We do really know there was a massive difference between these systems. The Ford is basically a geocache system that works on certain routes. This is so much more, isn't it? And actually, Vic, here at the show, we've been hearing so much about FSD.
I mean, it's everywhere.
It's
Yeah,
everywhere,
absolutely. We're
yeah.
seeing level 4 stuff now. So we saw with Geely or Geely,
Geely, yeah.
Geely doesn't know which one that is. But anyway, new level 4 robo-taxi, which completely drives itself. That's prototype form, but coming out 2027 in China. So that's quite exciting.
And Steve, this is really different tech, isn't it, to the stuff that you get in Blue Cruise, which is basically, it's an adaptive fancy cruise.
This is, I mean, why take, of all places, Amsterdam? So literally, this car was driving us around. Not only are the streets really narrow and there's water, quite a lot of water in the canals, but you've got tourists who are just wandering around looking at things and are slightly lost. You've got bicycles, more bicycles in any city in the world, I think, than Amsterdam. You've got trucks delivering stuff. You've got other motorists, other driverless cars as well. It has to be one of the busiest cities in the world, and yet the Tesla took it all in its stride, did it all in a measured way. I just sat there with my hands on my knees or folded. If I put my hands behind my head, it didn't like it and it would beep at me.
Okay.
So I've got to be ready to take over, hence the supervised bit.
Yeah.
And I did take over occasionally. There was one point where there was a guy who was going to cross the street and he didn't know whether I was going to go or not. And I couldn't help. I couldn't usher him across because I didn't know what the car was going to do. And it does err very much on the side of caution, which is great. I love stats, and 2 stats that Tesla gave us is the Tesla under full self-driving supervised is 7 times less likely to have an incident on the motorway, and it's 5 times less likely to have an incident off the motorway. So safety is improved. But there were times when I was kind of, sometimes we're a bit pushy. We need to force ourselves out into traffic. Didn't get that quite right. It does get itself confused sometimes on road markings, but it's learning. It's feeding all into its neural system, as they call it. And AI is working with it to improve it, software over the air updates. It was absolutely astounding. I was blown away the fact that we were driving through one of the busiest cities in the world, or just sitting there like this. Great. Gets some funny looks though.
I've tried it, and it is astonishing, but not on a public road. But when you were doing that last week, I was in Japan. So I was there testing the next generation Nissan ProPilot, which again is their FSD tech. And they've taken quite a different route, which I thought was really interesting. So Tesla it's developing its own system with its own learning. They've partnered with a British tech company called Wave. So Wave is, I think it's the second most valuable AI startup in the UK. It's got some ridiculous valuation. And what they're developing is a system that will go into any car. So it uses a lot more AI than the Tesla system uses. Tesla does use AI, but this uses, it's full stack AI.
Yeah. It's
using, again, similar thing, LiDAR, lots of high def cameras. And it's learning all the time from all the vehicles and all the partners that it's got. So it's in Jaguars, it's in Nissan. So it's a similar thing. And it was interesting because I was in it in central Tokyo, which is probably like Amsterdam. I mean, it's insane. People stepping out, massive junctions, crossings everywhere. And it was astonishing, actually, just how natural it felt, how smooth the drive felt. That was what really got me.
Yeah.
Again, at the moment, the tech has to be supervised. So that's not that the car can't do it. It's just that's what's, that's where we are legally with this, because there's still a lot of obstacles to overcome. But I thought it was a really astonishing system. And what I loved is that it's learning how you drive personally as well. So it starts to learn what your own quirks are and whether you're a bit more of a cautious driver. And the plan is that down the line, when this gets rolled out in 2027, you'll be able to choose different driving styles. So if you're going into a city, you can have the Ginny Buckley driving mode, which is elbows out and, being a bit more aggressive. And then if you're out away from town, you want it a bit more relaxed, you can choose a slightly more chilled one. But I love that idea.
It's cool, isn't it?
That is cool.
The big thing is you haven't experienced these systems, have you?
Well, no, I did. The Mark 1 Leaf way back, but Nissan had a really advanced pilot car that they did Wales to London, and I had a passenger ride in that.
But
that
the big
was
issue is
amazing,
getting people into them, though, isn't it? Getting people to think, do you know what? Yeah, I'll give it a go. Because I think you've got enthusiasts saying, "Oh, I want to drive myself," and then you've got other people just saying, "Oh, I don't know if I trust it." But you've got to give it a go, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think from my experiences in them, I would rather the Tesla be driving me or the Nissan with ProPilot than probably 98% of the drivers I know.
Yes.
If I'm honest.
Yes, I would agree. And the stats do bear fruit, as I was saying.
Yeah.
Computers, unfortunately, are probably going to be better drivers than the three of us.
So do we know where FSD is in the Tesla with the UK? Have we got any news on when that's likely to come?
Approved in Holland.
Yeah.
So you can use it in the Netherlands. And there are discussions going on. There are trials going on in the UK. I think legislators have been out in it. They've even done what my test is, the country lane. Who'd you give way to? And apparently, tractor coming the other way, the car just reversed into a lay-by, and all was good. So, let's keep our fingers crossed, because genuinely, I think it's game-changing tech. It'll keep older people driving for longer. It'll keep more people safe. You don't have to use it all the time, and you do have to intervene, as you do with technology that exists currently. Hopefully this year. I mean, if it's in the Netherlands, it's going to roll out across Europe. So hopefully the UK legislators will see, yeah, it's good to go.
Yeah, I've put my mum and dad into some trial self-driving technology years ago in Milton Keynes. So did it for a program for ITV, and literally they were little pods, so they don't really, they didn't even have a steering wheel in them. You probably saw them, it was quite a few years ago. Yeah. My mum, who is the slightly more nervous driver, was like, bring this on. My dad hated it. So my dad's like the world's worst backseat driving. He's like, no, I don't want this. And I put them in the 4 Blue Cruise systems, which was much dialed down. Dad hated that. I don't want this. But it was my mum, who is somebody who she isn't as confident on the road now. And I think this is where this technology is going to be so incredible, is how transformative it's going to be for people.
We've just got to get. I was speaking to somebody at Mercedes because they've got level 2++ now, which is a similar sort of system. And they were just saying it's just about getting people into the cars to experience it, to realise it can be trusted.
No, definitely. Can I just say, I know you're a big fan of all this, the autonomous driving tech, which for somebody who says that you really hate the autonomous parking systems, I'm quite impressed by that. You're like, no, I hate them, and then you're all for the kind of like FSD. So, you know.
I don't know why.
Do you like it driving you, but you don't want it to park you?
I get nervous when it parks. I'm never convinced. I think it's the sudden spins on the spinning wheel.
The worst thing about in my test last week at the Tesla full self-driving supervised, the parking just wasn't as good.
See,
I actually do agree.
It's very I find it jerky on the parking.
Yeah.
I
And
do.
it kind of get back, forwards.
The new iX3 is the best autonomous parking I've experienced. I still don't like it. I'll be honest, I don't actually even really like adaptive cruise control, like old-fashioned adaptive cruise control. I prefer driving myself, but it's so impressive. The FSD, the autonomous
you're just an ace parker. We know you're an ace parker.
Well,
Nobody can do it better than you.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Vicky Parrott, Ace Parker.
That's it. It's on a business card.
Right, shall we have a couple of bargains? And because
I think we should.
we're in China,
Yes.
we have our bargains of the week. Have we got any Chinese cars?
Yes, we do.
Go on,
Shall
what
I
we
start
got?
with the Geely EX5? Now, you can get this currently on a lease, and I think it's under £270 per month and that's for an 8,000 miles per year. Talking about a 36-month contract. I think it's 9 months down, and so basically, you know, I mean, you're looking at a mid-size, sort of quite luxury-ish, lots of equipment, family SUV for the price of, a fairly basic Renault 5, aren't you?
Nice car.
Effectively,
Nice car. It'll go
sort of-
600 miles on a charge of the battery and on a.
Not quite there yet. No, I think just under 270 miles WLTP.
That's the Star
I
A
think.
then, isn't it? Or is that the?
No, that's the
See,
EX5.
I'm
That's
getting
the electric.
This is
the
the
Star A,
branding
the Star A
thing.
is the hybrid, the plug-in hybrid. The EX5 is the electric.
Oh, see, they look the same. They're the
So,
same car pretty much, aren't they?
To be precise, 267 mile range from a 60 kilowatt
then
hour
that goes-
battery.
Yes.
So there you go. So it's not bad value, I have to say.
Yeah.
So Mr. Barnard sent over a used bargain for us as well on a Changan
Oh,
There's a few of them used. Yeah.
S07. They're currently pre-registered with £12,000 of the list price. So that is a pre-registered Changan Deepal S07 for £28,000.
wow.
Now that's a lot of car for the money.
It
But
is, but
what's that-
would you still put your cash into that?
No, 'cause
Or
what's
would you lease?
What's it going to be worth?
Lease it.
That's why I always say just
Yeah.
lease, because you just don't know what's going to happen. The vagaries of depreciation, just lease, because the lease deals are great. I bet you can lease that for about similar sort of money to the
Yeah, I
Geely
agree.
that I got wrong.
Yeah.
And there's also, I think, a really interesting question here on, the price of cars that are coming in from China. And obviously, we're getting some great deals, and it's great to be able to tell people about the bargains that are out there. But at what point are they so cheap that there's no real second-hand value?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And also, once a lot of these manufacturers start building in Europe, which they are doing, we know this is happening, and they're sourcing from their supply chains that have to be in Europe because of the rules of origin laws that are coming in, which mean that a certain percentage has to come from the local market. Can they keep the prices down? So I think it's going to be a really interesting couple of years to see what happens with Chinese car makers. I think some will, they're obviously, what BYD is doing is incredible. I would pitch Zeekr as someone that's probably going to, have a lot of success, but I'm not sure they will all be here when we look back in 3-5 years' time.
Yeah, a few people have said that, haven't they? And if you're a buyer now, which ones do you put your money into? Again, that comes down to why I personally, don't know about you guys, I would lease, because you just hand the car back in a couple of years' time.
Yeah. So we always have, Steve, a couple of electric virgins on the show. These are our lovely listeners who have made the leap to electric
Absolutely.
for the first time. So we're going to welcome a couple of you to the Electric Virgins Club. We have John O'Ville, who messaged us on YouTube to say, I've now joined the EV Club for the first time. My work partnered with Love Electric's salary sacrifice scheme, and the experience of ordering from them was fantastic. So shout out to them. They had a 3-year lease on a used EV, and he has gone for a Volvo EX40 Twin Ultimate. Very happy with that.
Yeah.
We've got another one here, Grand Festive 3815. Welcome to the club. I've joined the EV
clap them at this
flotilla
stage as
Go
well.
on, then.
Yeah,
Give them
yeah.
a round of applause.
And to John,
welcome
yeah.
to the EV Club.
with my latest company car, Ginny. It's a Skoda Enyaq.
That's all right. Yeah,
Your
I must
favourite
admit, my
car.
face might have given away my thoughts on the Volvo.
I quite like them.
Yeah, they're all right. Move on. But yeah, the Skoda's good.
The Skoda is good.
Yeah.
Skoda Enyaq, the very comfy 85 lounge edition. Very happy.
Welcome
with
to
that.
the club.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
So coming back to Beijing then, before we start to wrap up and sign off and go and try and lie down in a darkened room somewhere and get rid of our jet lag. There's a lot of cars here that we aren't going to get in the UK and in Europe. Is there anything that you would really like to get?
Well, in the UK, Neos. I've got a real soft spot for Neos.
Neo, yeah.
Now, hopefully we're going to get their littlest brand, Firefly. I've seen some Envos around and here at the show. I like Neos.
It's cute, isn't it, the Firefly?
The Firefly
Really cute.
is great. And the Neos, I also like, you get a virtual assistant called Nomi, who you can talk to, and you can actually send feedback back to Neo, which is read and listened to through Nomi. So I really like Neos. I know they're available in Europe. I hope they come to the UK soon.
Vic, have you got a something that you would like to come?
Well, I was going to go for the Zeekr 7 GT, but I hear rumours that it is actually going to come to the UK
It
and
is.
Europe.
I've
It's
already
not
done
been-
that. Spoiler
so-
alert. Sorry, I said it is coming.
Is it actually? Well, okay. Ginny says it's coming. I've been told that's not confirmed, but we don't know either way. But okay, I am going to go for. So Geely's got a Galaxy light concept, which actually looks really cool, and it's got very kind of retro vibes to it. Sharp nosed, all this kind of thing. It's a big limo. It's got quite big American retro vibes, and I quite like that. So yeah, we'll go for that one, I think.
Yeah, and the EX2 I think is an interesting little car. The Geely EX2, which
That's coming.
That's coming
it's
too.
coming, but it wasn't it the fastest selling car in China here in China last year. Sold in phenomenal numbers. So
It's another
I know-
small, affordable
Yeah, it is.
car.
The one that isn't coming yet that I think I would really like to see is not it is a Chinese car because it's built here, but is that Ioniq V
Yeah.
production
Well,
version
let's-
of that. So it's the
Fingers
so,
crossed.
So it's the first of an onslaught of cars that they're now building out of China, and I could see that in Europe. It's such a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
and so different to a lot of the big SUVs that we see. And I do love that about Hyundai design generally, that differentiation that they get. So I'd like to see that here.
What about the tank? Have you seen the tanks?
No,
The brand tank is part of Great Wall
No, I
Motors.
haven't seen
Tanks,
those.
big SUVs. Unsurprisingly, some of them look a little bit like Defenders, but I'd love to see. There is talk of them coming to the UK, but just gives us that headline, doesn't it? Chinese tanks rolling into the UK.
Yeah, I did see a brand called 212 seems to be the brand, which I've not heard of before, but they seem to be they're very interested in Jeep, I think. They're very inspired by Jeep,
Yeah,
let's say, and
a
they've
lot
got
are.
some very cool Jeep-alike kind of
What about-
cars.
I'm
So
gonna give you-
they were pretty cool. I did think they looked pretty cool.
I'm going to lead the witness here. What about?
The robots.
Yeah.
have you seen? I've seen robots. Have you
I've seen robots. So Cherry have some robots that they're actually using in car retailers already to help people buy cars. But my favourite of all, the robot dog.
Oh,
Not quite a golden doodle, but it's the dog. It was cute.
yeah. I bumped into two robots. I had quite a surreal experience with a robot child who was a bit creepy. I really didn't like
Like
it.
those things they put outside schools, they just look scary, don't they?
It's-
Drive past at night. Have you ever seen them at schools in the UK? Try and get you to slow down, little model children. Oh, it's spooky.
I ran into some that appeared to be people dressed as robots. I'm convinced they were people dressed as robots. They cannot have been real robots. I don't know. Maybe it's jet lag or fever dream. But anyway, so it was this weird, bizarre thing. Yeah, it was just It was
Maybe we
incredible
should
to
just
see.
get
It's like
robots
being on
to
a
do the
film set.
podcast next year.
Yeah, exactly.
I might sign one of the robots up for a new presenter for the channel. I mean, it'd help
Do
with
it.
all the workload, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
Do it.
So on that note, I think we shall wrap it up from Beijing.
Should.
We need to go and rest our feet after 10 football pictures of cars.
We
that
haven't
just
we haven't
walked
compared
around.
steps, have we? We should have compared
I
steps.
haven't even looked yet.
No, neither have I. No, when I say steps, it's not deeper shade of blue steps. It's walking steps.
So have we done all right, your two protégés then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
happy with us?
I'm happy.
You were a good boss.
You've done very well. I'm very proud of you both.
And on that note, do join us next time for the Kilowatt Half Hour. Leave your comments below, or you can drop us an email, at electrifying.com. We'll see you next time when we are hopefully back in the UK.
See you next time.